We recently got two DJI Fly App updates pretty much back to back. The last one being 1.6.2 on May 21st, which was a minor update with no noticeable changes to the app. The more significant update was the 1.6.1 update, which was released on May 16th. I put together this short video to highlight the updates and let you know if I've discovered any bugs during my test flight. Hey, welcome back everyone, it's Joe from Ghost1917. DJI released two back-to-back updates on the heels of releasing the long-awaited Mini 3 Pro. The May 16th update, 1.6.1, added support for the DJI Mini 3 Pro, which we knew was going to happen, as the Mini 3 Pro comes with the N1 controller as part of one of the packages, so existing N1 controllers needed to be updated. What wasn't expected, but definitely welcomed by Air2S owners, is the portion of the update which adds the ability to shoot RAW-only photos. You access this option the same way you did before, by going to the bottom of the screen and clicking on the camera settings, which will bring up the quick access window. So now, instead of having to shoot a JPEG with every shot you want to shoot in RAW, you can choose to shoot RAW only, JPEG only, or JPEG plus RAW. I was glad to see they didn't simply replace the JPEG plus RAW with RAW only, as there are still times when I want the ability to shoot both RAW and JPEG. A good example of this would be when we're out on the boat and I take some shots I want to quickly upload to share with friends and family on social media, but want the ability to color grade that same shot later on. The flexibility to choose between the three options is a nice update, and one which I'll get plenty of use out of. To take advantage of the 1.6.1 update, which adds the RAW photo option, you need to make sure your Air2S has the latest firmware installed, which is version 02.04.2150. As I stated earlier, the second update on May 21st, version 1.6.2, had no significant changes or additions in it, and it received the usual DJI fixes certain issues and optimizes overall app quality line in the description. So after updating to the new firmware, I took the Air2S up for a few flights and didn't notice any issues. I ran through all the DJI Fly App screens, and other than the addition of the RAW photo option, I didn't notice any changes to the interface or screen layouts. These were my first flights taking off and landing from our boat. It was a little unnerving at first, but once I performed the hand takeoffs and landings a few times, I became more comfortable doing it. I've performed numerous hand takeoff and landings on land without any issues, but performing these on a boat is a different animal altogether. I'm going to perfect these hand takeoff and landings both anchored and drifting, and once I do, I'll post a video sharing any tips and tricks I pick up while learning. I'm also learning that shooting out on the water brings a whole new set of lighting conditions. Like I said, this was my first time shooting out on the water, and it was a bright sunny day, so I experimented with different combinations of ND filters and camera settings, but I was finding it difficult to not overexpose the pure white boat while still retaining the details in the surrounding water. I have the whole summer ahead of us to experiment, and I have higher ND filters coming in the mail, so we'll see if that helps. I'll document everything along the way, and hopefully at some point I'll have mastered the correct settings and combination of ND filters, and I'll post a video with the results. While we were out, the kids decided to join us, so I also tried my hand at manually following a moving boat without using any of the intelligent flight modes. I still have a lot of practice to do. Once we were back at the dock, I ran the Air2S through a couple of the intelligent flight modes, POI and Spotlight, and both ran seamlessly. I didn't notice any lag in the drone's movement or in the recorded footage. I use these two intelligent flight modes quite frequently, particularly the POI mode, as it allows me to stay focused on the subject while still having the ability to fly the drone manually. I really appreciate that DJI has continued to release meaningful updates which improve an already amazing drone. I still haven't decided if the new Mini 3 Pro has enough upgrades over the Mini 2 to justify the added expense, but I will definitely be getting one or the other as an addition to my Air2S. I've been flying my future son-in-law's Mini 2 alongside my Air2S, and they do make a great pair. As always, I'd love to hear from you. Let me know in the comment section below if you've updated to the new firmware and if you've experienced any issues or noticed any changes I might have missed. And while you're down there, make sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons and hit the bell notification so you don't miss out on future videos. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.